Well, if you've been a Badger fan for any length of time, you know how tough these battles have been against the Northwestern Wildcats. The series almost split down the middle over the last 40 years. But on Saturday afternoon, on a beautiful day in Evanston, the Badgers took care of business, taking down Northwestern 23-3. Braden Locke throwing for one touchdown, running for one. Another impressive day on the ground from Tawee Walker. And the Wisconsin defense holding the opposition to less than 10 points for the third straight week. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from Saturday's game. We'll hear from some of the Badgers. We'll sit down with Vinnie Anthony, one of the hot receivers in this Wisconsin rotation in the month of October. And we'll have our weekly chat with head coach Luke Fickell. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Pick up to get this first down.
Double wide to the right, first and goal at the Northwestern 8 as Locke will read it, pull it, breaks off to his right, inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Braden Locke on the read and the pull, and he is in for the first score of the day. Wildcats back at their own 8-yard line, first and 15. Laus to throw under pressure. Ball got knocked out, and Elijah Hills will pounce inside the 5-yard line. They knocked it out, and the Badgers with a big chance in the final 43 seconds of the first half. On first and goal at the Northwestern 3. Locke takes, little toss left side. Iacomelli sprints to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Wisconsin. 13-0, the Badgers with 39 seconds left in the first half. First and 10, Locke reads, pulls, throws left side, tipped up, and it's caught at the 45 by Kekahuna. Off a deflection inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. First and goal at the 3-yard line. Will Pauling slot left, motions right, final half minute, third quarter. Little play fake, Locke drifting, looks, throws, and it is caught by Tucker Ashcraft. Touchdown, Wisconsin. A rolling catch as Locke got it out of his hands in time, and Ashcraft holds it in, make it 20-3 Wisconsin. Forgery covering Bryce Kurtz, who lines up on the right side. Two receivers on the left. Lausch back to throw, stands at the goal line under duress, and it's a safety. Sebastian Cheeks and Kurt Neal are there. Not a pick six, but it's a safety. Make it 23-3 Wisconsin.
A sack 2, we'll call it, instead of a pick 6.
Set the standard. Set the standard. Let's go.
Ricardo Holman from one end of the yard to the other. Touchdown, Wisconsin, as the Badgers are back in the fight. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Jazz Malusi, 89 yards. And it's picked off by Hunter Waller. There is a big, big win for the Wisconsin Badgers.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
I think we got to start with the defense. If I'm correct, I think with one touchdown in 3 weeks, maybe. Defense been balling. We're just matching the energy and just playing ball as a team.
I recognized it was pass, and I know I could get him on his heel. So once I recognized his pass, I just bulled him. I seen the quarterback in my lap, man. I just feel like it was a long time coming, man. I've been dreaming, hoping I get one, and my prayers finally came true. So.
Coach Brady, he's the foundation of everything that we do, especially in the weight room and all that. He brings the energy, the intensity every day, and so, we all love Coach Brady. He loves all of us, and so, one of the things throughout the week was he said, when we win, he's going to go jump in that lake, and he did it. So that was fun to see.
When you play with confidence, it gets rid of a lot of things. Even though there's going to be mistakes, as always. You just trust yourself and you play a lot faster. So definitely found some confidence, and we just got to keep it rolling.
I just think this team can have a lot of confidence moving forward. We've been explosive on offense. We've been methodical. We've won some tough games. We win in the trench. We can win in the trenches. We can win in different ways, and so I think we can use that to have confidence moving forward.
I think just everybody knows what they had, so doesn't have to be said. But I think the big thing for us now is we won 3 games in a row in pretty good fashion, and I think you can't get complacent. You got to stay right where your feet are. You can't look too far ahead. Can't look too far behind. Just kind of focus on what's right ahead of us, and everything else will take care of itself.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.
Part of being a student athlete at the University of Wisconsin is giving back. The Badgers Give Back, long-time initiative when student athletes reach out to the community, and with that, they have brought in as part of that an initiative that began with this guy, head coach Luke Fickell, and a couple of his college teammates, the 2nd and 7 Foundation, Ryan Miller, Mike Vrabel, teammates of yours. Tell us about this. This is promoting literacy, positive role models. Tell us how this whole thing got started.
Well, actually, it was right when we kind of got done with college and kind of just remember all the things that we had done in school, and our ability to pay it forward was kind of the philosophy. And so we said, what can we do? And it was just, actually it was Ryan Miller kind of come up like, let's kind of focus in on this literacy thing. And it really started, we read to 7 second grade classes, and it kind of evolved into 2nd and 7, which obviously we thought was a critical down in football and a time when it's, still early in the process. And that's kind of how it all came about. And so it really came, hey, let's find a way to give back to our community, be involved as much as we possibly can, and see where this thing grows. And I think it's 25 years or so now that it has gone strong. And a big part of it here now with the Badgers Give Back program in conjunction with the Madison Metropolitan School District, free books to 2nd graders. And, we talked a lot. You're a nose guard, Mike Vrabel, big, strong guy, Ryan Miller, really good linebacker. They were also students, and they believe in this, and this is really important for, we talk about a lot, there's the phones, you're looking at social media, but actually to sit down and read, and that's always a good thing. And trying to make a connection with the community, I think, is what's so awesome. And we all do it, and wherever we are, and we want our student athletes to be able to do that too, because as this thing continues to grow, right? Yes, they're student athletes. Yes, this new era of things like that. We can't lose sight of they're still 18 to 22 years old, and the things that they can grow from being a part of it. We all look at the 2nd and 7 as, going in and being a role model and, stress and literacy and reading, but as much as our kids get out of going into those environments and feeling like they're paying forward and giving to these kids, it's a double-edged sword that everybody's getting things out of this, and I think it's been awesome for us, and it's really kind of starting to take off here now.
You just hit on the next point here, because obviously those in the community, it's a big thrill for young boys and girls to meet Badger athletes, but the athletes get a lot out of it as well. It's like it's a different perspective. They're in school, they're practicing, they're getting ready for the next game. But, oh, yeah, there is an outside world there, too.
Yeah, I think it connects us all to so many other things. Like I said, at this age, it is a big business, and they understand that. But I think the connections that they can make community, they can see the impact that they have. It's not just on the football field. It starts with the football field, and that's the recognition. But when they walk into that school and the impact that they can have on some of those youngers, I know this. I got kids my age at home, and sometimes the things that we as parents say to them doesn't always resonate, as well as sometimes when they just walk into a classroom and somebody that they, look up to, watch on TV, see some things about, want to be like, is kind of, pounding and implementing the same types of things. I think it has an incredible impact on even those younger guys. Like I said, it does on our guys as well.
They understand the impact that they have. Outside of your family growing up, who were some athletes maybe that you looked up to as a young guy?
Well, one from this region of Dan Gable, who was obviously a great Iowa wrestler and coach and things like that. And not that I ever got to spend any time, but, I had a Little League football coach named John Hicks. There was obviously a great college football player, Outland Trophy winner, second in the Heisman. And him coming into, our community and, even my life as a young guy, it was just something that taught me so much, and his idea of what paying forward came from, an old legendary coach in Woody Hayes, and those kinds of things that were, I was introduced to even at a young age playing Little League football, the impact that some of those guys that played at the next level, whether it was college or the NFL, had on young kids, and that was something that probably got me into this business that I am today.
I remember Woody Hayes years and years ago would say you can't always pay back, but you can always pay forward. And John Hicks, part of the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame class, same class as Barry Alvarez, by the way. We're talking about a decade and a half ago. So we talk about reading, literacy, the 2 or 3 free minutes you have in a given year. What do you sit down with? Are you a fiction guy? Are you a nonfiction guy with the very limited amount of time that you might have to kick back?
It's more leadership types of things, some of the military types of things, the Navy SEAL books. I mean, those things are just so intriguing to me. As much of it is not a relaxation type of thing, as much as I see it as a learning process and some things that really interest me. And, I've kind of found that in as my passion grows, it was the things I was more intrigued and interested in reading, and it has meant a lot. Don't have a ton of time to do it. Doesn't happen on a regular basis, but that summertime, that time when you say, okay, hey, what are you going to do this summer? Pick out a couple of those books, and they're usually leadership and military is usually the kind of the background.
Done that as well. I've been reading one of the Stephen Ambrose books about the Normandy invasion, and I'm thinking, I guess I've got it pretty easy now. You really get a different perspective.
We do get a different perspective when we see that, and that's why, like I said, you study the military, you study the Navy SEALs, to me, that are, the greatest, fighters in the world, and it's not the same business, and we understand that. So for me, it's humbling, and for me, it also puts me into a point of perspective of saying, okay, what it is that we do is really, really, really important, but recognize that there's a lot of other things out there that take a lot more.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, hats off to you, Mike Vrabel, Ryan Miller, the 2nd and 7 Foundation, now a big part of the Badgers Give Back program here at the University of Wisconsin. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
New number, but you know the name. Vinnie Anthony is our guest now, junior out of Louisville, Kentucky. He's been part of some big plays here as this offense getting explosive here in recent weeks. First of all, Louisville. That's not Louisville, it's Louisville, right?
I was surprised, but I think you said it right, too. That was
exactly.
Funny, yeah.
So, explosive. Everybody loves to watch explosives. You get to live it. At SC, obviously, in the game against Purdue. Feel like this offense is starting to find itself a little bit, isn't it?
Yes, it's definitely clicking is what I was saying. You can see the plays being made all over the field and from different players too, and it makes it hard for a defense to guard everybody.
Oh, people are getting an idea now. They've had glimpses of it, but they're seeing that speed, that state championship speed that you had in your high school days. So you have some. Yeah, that's always been a big part of your game, though, right? Is on the football field.
Yeah, I feel like that's always been, even through high school, middle school. I've always been like a faster guy, and I just try to use that to, make a difference in the game. So. Yeah.
When you have this opportunity with guys like Trechka Kahuna, and then obviously there's Will Pauling and others, there is a lot of talent in there, and fans are really starting to recognize that. But I would imagine the confidence never wavered with you guys, did it? You guys
no,
do
in the
pretty
room,
good.
No, we know what we're all like. We know everybody's potential, and we can see it in practice and throughout the whole off-season, fall camp, all that. So we know what we can do, and we weren't surprised when we all make the play. So.
I said at the beginning, new season, new number from 86 to 8. What went into that?
Well, I originally was number 22 when I first came here. Then they gave me 86 because I was a gunner my freshman year. And then the opportunity for 8 came up, and I was like, why not just switch my number? And there was no big story behind it. It was just, just something.
Fresh year, fresh number. That's good. Yeah, I hinted at the high school days. I mean, obviously state champ. That's a love for you too, right? Football, obviously, of course, but track as well. Those were fun days, weren't they?
Yeah, they were definitely fun. I did it from middle school all the way up until high school. I mean, I did hurdles through all high school. Did some high jump, did a little triple jump and some relays. So, yeah, it was definitely fun days.
Speaking of relays, if you're putting together a relay team, who are the other 3 guys with you?
What relay?
Whatever you want. If you want to be 4x100 or whatever what are you looking
for? 4x1. I'll say RJ Delancey's on there. Quincy's definitely on there, and Will's definitely on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say those 3. Yeah, I say Will start. Q on the back end. I feel like I would run 3 and RJ would run 2.
Oh, okay. So Q's he's the anchor.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a top end. Yeah, for sure.
That's a guy. Again, fans. He battled through some stuff, a little banged up, getting back out there. But he is. I think people might go, really. But he can motor a little bit.
Go. Yeah, I think he might be the fastest on the team actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'd say you're able to show that. I mentioned it on the on the long touchdown plays. But out at SC, I would imagine being a kick return guy, there's a certain amount of frustration because there are so many touchbacks. But they had a penalty. They're kicking off of their own 20. Take us through that. That's a big time return that you had in that game.
It was a setup call, and it just happened to be the right time to run it and call it, and it was just wide open. And I just tried to get to the end zone, and he just barely got my shoulder pad. But I'll hopefully get another one. So
big time.
It was definitely fun.
Well, looking back at you as fans get to know guys on this team, I know you were on a roll every year, right, in high school. You're academic all Big Ten here. I mean, there's a lot that goes into college athletics, obviously being a college football player, but that academic part seems like that's a serious matter for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always been hammered in my brain since I was a kid. I always make sure school first, athletics second, and that's just what my parents taught me, and that's just how I've always went about it. So.
Yeah. Okay. No, we've had a lot of guys through here who've been like that. So that very much serious on the academic side. So take us, with this team right now. It seems like things are starting to mesh. Year 2 with this new staff. I know it was a previous staff that recruited you here, but is it all kind of making sense now? What these guys want, how they want it done, where you can relay that to the new guys on the team? Is things starting to settle in, you think, just on the process of going about things?
Yes, I'll say the way the locker room is set and the people that are here is definitely like how they want it to be, and I like the way that they want it to be. I feel like it's a chance for us to really boost the program and make it bigger and better than it was before. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think we just have an opportunity to really, against the teams we're playing. You know, like we have a whole bunch of top 10 teams this year, and we just have the opportunity to build off of the last game that you saw, and I hope we just continue to build that, and obviously that helps recruiting too. So if we win those games, we get better people here, and it just boosts the whole UW.
I was telling, we were talking with Coach Fickell about that very thing with recruiting, because you were a part of it, obviously, when you're making your decision. Every home game, there's a lot of prospects who come here, and when you see the big crowds and the atmosphere and the jump around, I don't know how much of that you can take in. I'll ask you that. Like when you're coming out of the tunnel before the game, when there's a jump around, when things are in a good spot, can you let yourself just kind of look around and take it all in a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I say the best like feelings are coming out of the tunnel, like when the game starts, like when we're first coming out, because you just like before when we go in, it's not as packed, it's not as like loud, and then once we come out, everybody's there, and it's just like it's just a big crowd, and it's such a cool feeling. Definitely the first time I did, I was like, oh my god, like, this is so cool. And I say the jump around, definitely when we're like winning and in a good position, it's definitely like a great feeling. Everybody on the sideline jumping and having a good time. That's just what it's supposed to be.
That's what college football. I know it's changed a little bit, but still the college game it's still pretty special when you can have moments like that. He's Vinnie Anthony from Louisville. Don't say Louisville, it's Louisville. Number 8, doing some big things for the Badgers. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Julia Ojo leads the Badgers in aces this season with 22. She does not have one tonight. This one clips the top of the tape. Klein flips it over on the 2-ball. Save Wisconsin. Franklin left side. Popped up Morris. Ducks attack to Collier. Right-fisted save by Ojo. Chased down near the bench by Gigi. The bump set. And a soft roller falls from Sarah Franklin. What a shot by Franklin. Just think of a Sarah Franklin shot. Now Ojo has it. Right side, Sprack. Stopped, covered. Sprack sets to the left. Ojo tools the block. She's doing everything. Scooped up by Ojo. Set goes to Sprack. Doug Owabete. Bump set over to Collier. Blocked down by Bucky. And the defense ends it tonight against the Ducks. A 4-set win for Wisconsin, and the winning streak is up to 6.
Oh, off the wall to the front of the net and fires high. Well, that's a good shot there by Scannell. Behind the net, she banks it off the back of Vetter. And Wisconsin now leads 5-0.
First period and a half of the game, but then Wisconsin found a way to chip away and get back in it.
Great defense, but it's a goal by Wisconsin right after the break. They take the lead. 4 unanswered goals.
Here's Wisconsin heads on the breakaway. Philibin plays one into the box. Martin, one-on-one with the keeper, scores! Wisconsin takes an early lead here. Wisconsin going to pick up the 200th win of Coach Paula Wilkins' career. She's been at Wisconsin for 18 seasons, and she picks up a huge milestone win here today.
You know, it's great. It's just a representation of all the players that came here. I'm just like the figurehead, but all the hard work those players put in, it's a great feeling.
With the Badgers having won 3 straight, it sets up a big-time matchup at Camp Randall Stadium, prime time, under the lights, 6:30 kick coming up on Saturday night as Wisconsin will host the unbeaten Penn State Nittany Lions. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling, but to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.